Hello beautiful people, Stephanie here, and today we're taking a look at some brand new whistles from Sondery Music. Now Sondery Music have a website and they're also on Amazon. I've linked both of those in the description down below for anybody who'd like to find out more. They sell a selection of musical instruments on their website, and if you look under the folk section you also get some tin whistles. Now they make a C and D whistle set in ABS plastic, a C and D whistle set in aluminium, and they also make penny whistles in the keys of D and C as well. These are brass, kind of like your generation whistles. So they've kindly sent me pretty much everything that they sell tin whistle wise. So we're going to take a look at these whistles, check the build quality, obviously check the sound quality and the tuning, and see what we make of them. The prices on their website are in US dollars and the penny whistles are $19. The ABS plastic whistles are $24 and the aluminium are $29, and that's for a set of 2 whistles, so they're really affordable. They do post worldwide. Obviously prices will vary depending on postage costs and currency exchanges, but yeah, let's get into these and see how they look. We'll start with the penny whistle. Penny whistles are brass. They usually have a plastic top and they tend to be a little on the squeaky side. They're affordable, they're usually factory made. And this one, as you can see, is a brass. It comes in a nice plastic storage case. And they also come really nicely boxed. I don't know if you can see that. This one is also covered in plastic on the inside. I've started to remove it. I guess this is to maintain the shine on the brass while it's in postage, to stop it being oxidized or anything by the air. But yeah. Let's look at some close-ups. So the mouthpiece on this penny whistle is black at the top. It's shaped just like the regular generation whistles. Pretty straightforward. They sit on top of a straight bore whistle. This is made of brass. You can see we have the 6 holes here. There's nothing really else on the whistle to signify its key or anything like that, other than this little sticker at the front, which has the brand name and the key on the front. Nothing is engraved into the body of the whistle, but it's nice and shiny. It's pretty straightforward and simple. It's actually very lightweight, which I like. I'll give this a quick warm up and we'll just hear how it sounds. So I'm playing Made Behind the Bar. I haven't played this for a very long time, since I made the tutorial. I have linked that in the description down below. It's a little chirpy, as you can hear on the first play. It's got some texture to it. It's going to take some getting used to, breath requirement wise, so we'll give that another go. It actually needs a lot less air than you think it's going to need. So the reason those notes are kind of breaking a little bit is because I'm putting too much air into this whistle, so it's quite a light blower. Let's try that again. Also, one of the bad habits I have is that I play the high D with all my fingers down rather than opening the top hole a lot of the time, and this whistle in particular doesn't accommodate that, so you do need the top hole open for that D. As it's warming up as I'm playing, it's not actually that bad. I think for a penny whistle and a basic penny whistle, if you were just starting out, this is a great one to pick up, throw in the car, throw in the back of a rucksack and take with you. It's actually got quite a bright tone to it. And it's really easy to hit the high notes on. You don't really need a lot of push, a lot of breath. One plus point about this penny whistle is that the mouthpiece isn't actually glued onto the whistle, which they often are in cheaper whistles. This one is actually movable, so it means that the whistle is tunable. Now it's pretty tight on the top, but as you can see, I can take it off. So it does mean you can fine tune this whistle a little, and that's pretty cool. So before we move on to the other whistles, let's do a quick tuning test on this one, and I'll give you a decibel test as well so you get an idea of the volume of this one too. As a quick kit update interlude in this video, I am using a Craft Geek phone tripod. This is brand new and I haven't made a video on it yet. It's really cool. It taps open at the bottom and it's telescopic. So you just extend it and your phone actually fits on this magnetic plate at the top. So it does come with a magnetic circle that you can put on the back of your phone, but my phone is actually magnetic anyway, so I just plonk it on and it's ready to go. I'm a big fan. So I must admit that kind of surprised me. Decibel wise, it's loud in places, but it's pretty standard for a tin whistle. There's nothing outrageously loud about the higher notes and outrageously quiet about the lower notes. It's a reasonably balanced whistle. Tuning wise, I was kind of expecting this to be all off, and although you do need to push certain notes at certain pressures to hit those pitch perfect notes, I was able to hit those pitch perfect notes and I really wasn't expecting that. So I would say as a little starter whistle, cheap, affordable penny whistle, this is actually a pretty nice piece of kit. As I said, it's not 100% perfect whistle. It's not like the old generations, but there are some benefits. The fact that it's tunable, it's nice and lightweight, it's affordable. Yeah, it has this crisp, bright tone to it. It's not a bad little whistle. So let's take a look at the ABS plastic whistles. I'm kind of excited to try these now. I'm assuming they're going to be better than the penny whistle, so that's pretty good. They come boxed, and we have just a little card here with C and D whistles on. We also have a Sondery music card. It's a service card on the inside, and it says there's 2 years free maintenance and a lifetime consultation service, which kind of shows they're pretty confident in their products, which I like. Now we do have the ABS plastic D whistle and C whistle set, so I'll show you some close-ups before we go any further. So these two ABS plastic whistles are in a black matte finish. They're really lightweight. They're a similar design to, I would say, a Susato whistle. They do have that look about them. They're tunable. They have tunable little tuning slides here, and they're straight bore whistles. And at the end we have a little extra ring just for design purposes. We do have the C and D engraved or embossed in the bottom here. That's a nice touch. These do seem a little bit higher quality, obviously, than the penny whistle, but actually for not much extra cost. So let's hear how they sound. It's a kind of bright and chirpy little whistle. I like it. Let's try this same tune on the C, and this is Take the Lassie by the Hand. I really like these. They've got a warm tone. It's much rounder and richer than the tone from the penny whistle. They feel really nicely balanced. They're not heavy anywhere in particular. They're really lightweight. The matte finish means they're not slippery or anything either. And the mouthpiece is actually really comfortable in the mouth. I really like the tone of these. Let's try one on a slower tune. really like these. Let's see how they fare on the tuning test and the volume test. So I will say, despite their warmer tone, these do feel a lot louder when you hit the highest notes. It's a rich sound and I like it. They're lightweight, they're easy to play, you don't need a lot of push, but there's enough that you feel in control of the whistle, which I really like. Yeah, I'm quite shocked at the price of these whistles. I suppose in a way they're similar to woody whistles, which are also pretty affordable, but these have a much better breath control. They require a lot less air than woody whistles, and I think they have a warmer tone. They're a lot easier to play, in my opinion. So let's move on to the aluminium whistles and see how they sound. So the aluminium whistles also come in a C and D set. They come with some extra rubber rings, and these are to go around the inside of the tuning slide on these. These are actually a shiny aluminium finish and they're really nice. So these have the same shape and design as the ABS versions. The mouthpieces are still ABS plastic with the Sondery logo, and the body of these whistles is where the aluminium is. As you can see, they're very shiny. They're almost a kind of sparkly metallic finish, and they actually have sort of gold or brass coloured bottom rings here, which I think is quite a nice touch. They're an unusual looking whistle, but they're quite nice. Again, lightweight. Aluminium is lightweight, although they are heavier than their ABS plastic counterparts. Now, one thing to note, the aluminium versions don't have the key of the whistle printed on the whistle anywhere, so you are going by size. Obviously, the larger of the two is the C, and the smaller of the two is the D. So let's hear the C whistle, and we'll play Galway Shawl. That's nice. Let's try a lower version of Galway Shawl on the D whistle. So the sound from these is slightly less warm than the sound from the ABS plastic, but it does have a fresher sound to it due to the aluminium body. A lot of the sound comes from the mouthpiece, but the way that the sound bounces around in the instrument does have some effect depending on the material that the body is made of as well. Let's do a quick tuning and volume test on these and see where we are on the D whistle. So one thing is fairly clear with the ABS and the aluminium whistles is they are actually pretty loud. If you were going to a session, you would be heard with these whistles, which I think is really nice. They're all lightweight, which is fantastic, and they're all pretty well tuned, although it is a lot easier to hit your tuning more accurately on the ABS and aluminium whistle sets than it is on the Pennywhistle. Overall, I'd say I'm pretty impressed with all of these whistles, even the Pennywhistle, and it's very lightweight and sturdy for throwing in a rucksack or in the car. It's not as easy to play as these whistles, which actually aren't considerably more expensive, so I would probably recommend going straight for one of these whistle sets and having the C&D set and having a better quality whistle for a very low price. For the price, honestly, these are really impressive whistles. So yeah, maybe if you're looking to try your first whistle this year, or you're looking to upgrade from a more basic whistle, these are the way to go. Obviously, these aren't high-end whistles, but they're actually really great quality, affordable whistles that are kind of new to the market, and I think they could be really popular. So as I mentioned, if you would like to find out more about these, I have linked the website and the Amazon listing in the description down below, and I've included these in my Amazon store as well. Yeah, if you've tried them, let me know your thoughts, and if you plan to try them or you get them, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out some of my other whistle reviews. I have loads here on the channel, and hopefully it helps you guys working out which whistle you need next for your collection.